Hey guys, let's do a show review while I'm working. So, what we're gonna talk about today is House of Dragons. Oh my goodness. Episode 2 came out and there's so much to unpack. I'm gonna get right into it from the beginning, okay? Okay, so these are the nails at the moment, and I'm packaging some nails. So if I keep on looking down, it's because I have my notes and I'm working. I got my nails, but we're gonna get into this discussion. So, starting with the beginning of episode 2, you can feel the pain, the grief, the sadness as the episode starts, and I love that. So, as we know, everyone is figuring out what's going on in the palace, and that the young heir, Jacaerys, is dead, right? How did he die? What's going on? Who the hell killed him? Say what you want about Otto Hightower, he's about business. And I like that during the debrief, he also said, don't let my lack of emotion negate from the fact that I am sad. You know, that was my grandson. I loved him as much as everyone loved him. But at the same time, we need to exploit this. He basically said we need to get every bit of press out of this moment right here, right now, while the rest of the family's like, rah, rah. So rightfully so, the rest of the family's losing their head. Nobody know what the hell to do, but Otto is cool, calm, and collected, and he tells them exactly what to do. We're gonna have the grandmother and we're gonna have the queen, and they're gonna go in this carriage and they're gonna display what happened to the public, right? And can you imagine the despair? You know what I'm saying? The despair to even, oh my, it's so hard to put into words when you think about something like that happening to you. Now, Alicent, I never really cared about Alicent because, girl, you're wrong. And you know what was really crazy? Her sleeping with Sir Christian and that whole debacle, whatever they got going on. Okay, we understand, whatever, right? But you approaching the queen and asking her about what she saw while her son was decapitated? Excuse me? Nobody cares. Let me tell you, Alicent, nobody cares about what was going on. My son. They all agreed to blame Rhaenyra for the death of Jacaerys, the young heir to the throne. They all agreed to blame her. They're all down for that, right? Okay, so now we're in the scene of King's Landing. Rhaenyra and the council are talking. Queen Rhaenyra all the way. Okay, Queen Rhaenyra, say what you want. Um, we're in the conversation, and Rhaenyra's shocked. She doesn't understand what's going on and why a little boy is dead, right? As the council is questioning her, one of the members decide to really question her and ask her, because your son died, as an act of vengeance, did you request that this be done? Rhaenyra replies with, excuse me, who are you talking to? I never ordered the killing of a child. Her son passed away. Now they're like, okay, maybe you did this. No, she's like, no, I didn't do this. Why would, this is a baby. This is a child. I would never. She's a mother herself and she has boys, young children, the same age as the heir on the other side of the water. So she's just like, what? And as she's trying to figure out like why or who or how, she makes eye contact with her husband. No lie, that scene was funny as hell. And Damon is so wrong. He's so after making eye contact, he's like and mind you, during the entire debrief, Damon is sad. I think from that moment on, Rhaenyra knew like, okay, it was you. It was you. It was you who did it. So then she goes to approach him in their own chamber so that they can have a private conversation because it's needed. We need to know what happened, Damon, since you had nothing to say in front of council and you always got something to say. So of course Rhaenyra questions him and asks him, and he refuses to take responsibility because that wasn't his intention. But somebody has to take responsibility. A little boy is dead. An heir to a throne is dead, okay? I was really amazed to see Rhaenyra stand up in this episode and face Damon and say the uncomfortable things that she's been dying to say to him all this time. And she really executed that very well. So as they're doing this heated discussion, she said something to him. She said he used her as a tool with which to grasp at his stolen inheritance. Now that pissed him off. He almost choked her. Like, if you focus on that scene, you can see, like, he wanted to... he wasn't playing. That hurt him bad, because he's like, how can you say that? And at every waking moment, I've been supporting you. I went to war for you. I fought for you. I did this and that. But at what expense? And that's Rhaenyra's question. Like, at the end of the day, yes, you did stand by me. Yes, you did do these things. But at what, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the thought that maybe you would be king one day? And then she asks him, plain and simple, do you accept me as your queen and ruler? What do y'all think he said? Daemon did not answer. He proceeded to go on to something else about his support for her, and ultimately the conversation ended and he left the room, because that's what Daemon does best. When he doesn't get his way, he's out. And what did he do? He got on his dragon and left King's Landing. What is Daemon about to do next? We don't know. But what we do know is he is very rash. So I think something harsh is gonna happen in episode 3. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna touch on Sir Christian Cole and Helaena and Alicent. Poor Helaena, that's the queen of the High Towers on the Green Side. She's facing so much grief, and when she does see her king and they lock eyes for a moment, you can just see the grief in that moment, and it was needed to see. Sir Christian, like I said, okay, let's really quick say that he had a thing for Rhaenyra. So for you to now be on the bandwagon of killing her is absolutely crazy. And then the relationship with Alicent and him as well, like, it's just messy. Twins, Eric and Arik, however you want to say it. I loved it. I loved it. I love that they were both on different sides of the fight. You know what I'm saying? And Sir Christian Cole, he had the right idea. It would have been executed well if the other twin was weak. Y'all gonna send 2 soldiers to fight each other. To fight each other for the queen. You know, like, that was crazy. The fight was crazy. Holy. And you could really feel the hurt and the love at the same time between the twins when they were fighting. And they're real life twins, if you guys didn't know. And they're identical in real life. How cool is that? But I did love that scene because it shows the loyalty that soldiers had back then. The loyalty was great. Okay, so towards the end, the king ordered that all the rat catchers be hanged and executed as well, which was a terrible play. Terrible. When Otto found out about this, he was like, why would you do that? Like, I understand, but at the same time, we just worked so hard to win the people's favor over this illegitimate throne, because that's the question here. And you just threw all of that away by hanging these hard-working people. These are father's sons, and you hang them, and now the mothers and the children are outside of the palace crying and cursing us. Of course, the king doesn't care. He doesn't see what went wrong here. And he mentions to Otto that his father made him king. When Otto laughed at him when he said that, it was over. It was over. He removed Otto as the hand. How cute. Which we knew was gonna happen anyway, right? And then he proceeds to place the hand on Christian Cole. Why? Why? But what a great episode, and I will see you guys at the debrief on episode 3. Later.